Do you doubt that you create your reality? Give me a few minutes and I'll prove it to you with a thought experiment, a personal story, and science. Welcome back to my channel, Closer to Your Higher Self. On this channel, I share things that will help you to be a better version of yourself. My name is Jerome, and I've been helping people to transform their lives for almost 30 years. I hope this video finds you when you need to see it most. If it resonates with you, please hit the like button, consider subscribing so you can see more of my content, and share it with anyone you think will benefit from it. Let's do a thought experiment. You're at work, it's Friday, 11 a.m., the director at your company comes into your office with a somewhat serious look on his face, and he says, "Please clear your calendar for 2 p.m. and meet me in my office." Now, where does your mind go from there? If you're like most people, you wonder what the meeting is about. Oh no, I knew it. He didn't like my work on that last project. This is it. I'm gonna get fired. So you go to lunch with all sorts of thoughts churning around in your brain. And not to mention, you probably don't enjoy your lunch all that much. You get back to your office at 1, anticipating what this meeting is about. Sweaty palms, your mouth is dry. You start to think of excuses or anything you might say to keep your job. Now it's 1:45. You can feel your blood pressure going through the roof. 1:59. Now your heart is beating so hard you swear you can hear it. You knock on the door. Your boss tells you to enter and have a seat. Afterwards, he pulls out a manila folder and says, "Your manager has decided to take a position with another company. I liked your work on that last project, and in fact, I've always thought pretty highly of your work. I'd like you to consider taking his position." He opens the folder and shows you a piece of paper that shows what your compensation will be. It's a generous pay increase and a lot more vacation time. In fact, it's your dream job. You can't wait to tell everyone about your promotion. Now, that's quite a roller coaster, from anxiety at 11 to elation at 2 p.m. But what caused the anxiety? The words, "Please clear your calendar for 2 o'clock"? No, you caused the anxiety in your mind. You created this anxious state with your thoughts, literally raised your blood pressure and heart rate by thinking. You created this internal state by thinking. So, okay, you say that's just someone being anxious. That's not the real world. Well, it is the real world, but here's a story more in line with what you're talking about. Before I bought this place, my realtor sent me the pictures and I fell in love with it. I thought, that is my place. I'm going to manifest it. I imagined myself cooking here, meditating here, showering here. I sent pictures to my friends and family, and they all said, "I can definitely see you living there. That place is completely you." Now, I originally got the pictures on a Wednesday and kind of decided I would make an appointment to see it on Monday. But I woke up Saturday morning and thought, I haven't even seen this place yet. I'm imagining myself there, visualizing myself there, sending pictures to people, and I haven't set foot in the place. So that Saturday, I called my realtor and said, I want to see this place. She says, "Well, when do you want to see it?" I said, can we go today? So she makes some calls and says, "Yeah, we can see it at 1 o'clock. And I'm thinking, if this place looks like it does in the pictures, I'm going to make an offer. So we see the place, and the pictures did it justice. So that Saturday, we sit down and write up the offer. And because I live in the place that I'm talking about, you would be right in assuming that the offer was accepted. But here's the kicker. I submitted the offer on Saturday. They were planning on having an open house on Sunday. Now, if you remember the real estate market from a few years ago, there were bidding wars all over the place. But because I made the offer Saturday, they accepted it and canceled the open house. So if I had waited until Sunday, I probably would have lost in a bidding war. And if I had waited until Monday, it probably would have been under contract. I created this reality by thinking. You see, when you focus on an outcome, people, events, opportunities, spontaneous action come together to make things a reality. Yes, you have to take action. Just as a side note, so many people think creating your reality is just a matter of making a wish and then someone shows up at your door with a bag of money. You actually have to do things. And in creating your reality, you will be inspired to do the things you need to do. Just like I was inspired to make that call on Saturday morning. My realtor set up the appointment. She, by the way, also had to be available. And the previous owners could have said, just wait for the open house tomorrow. But all those things came together for me. You have undoubtedly heard of the placebo effect. If you haven't, it's when a person is given a pill made of sugar or a medicine made of salt water or saline, and they're told that it's a medicine that can cure whatever is ailing them. Now, when pharmaceuticals are tested, they are often used. For example, when antidepressants are being tested, they will give one group the actual drug and they'll give another group the placebo. And in a significant number of cases, placebos are shown to be effective in treating depression, which means that these participants think they're taking an actual pharmaceutical and it helps them. They improve their health with thought. In all three cases, the common denominator is belief. In the first case, a person told themselves a wild story and then believed it. In the second story, I believed I was going to get this place. In the third story, the people getting better with a placebo believed it was an actual pharmaceutical. Belief. Your mind is very powerful, and you're always creating a reality with it. See, so many people say they want to be healthy, make more money, or find love, but their belief that things won't change keeps this from happening. They are literally taking today and projecting it into tomorrow, thus creating the same reality. See, and this is why I talk so much about belief and knowing what you believe. You see, people would look at the story I told about my condo and think, yeah, you manifested that, yes. But when they think about manifesting, they think about affirmations and vision boards. But what about when you were mad all morning because someone cut you off in traffic? You created that. What about when your feelings were hurt because you misinterpreted a text message and thought someone was criticizing you? You created that. Loneliness because you feel too anxious to go out and meet people? You created that. Didn't apply for that job because you thought you weren't good enough? You created that. Now, I gave 3 examples, and I could keep going, but I try to keep these videos to around 10 minutes. But I could easily go on about how we don't all see colors the same, how our perception of time is different. For example, imagine you're at a conservatory. You love flowers. You could stay there all day. Now, not far from you is a person who was dragged there by a significant other. He could care less about flowers. Oh, and he's also colorblind. To him, time is passing extremely slowly. You and this other person are right next to each other and experiencing vastly different realities in that same moment. Now, someone out there is going to say, well, if I create my reality, why does the person I want to be with not want to be with me? I've been trying to manifest them for a while now. Now, I said you create your reality. That other person creates their reality. And if you're not what they want, I'm sorry to tell you that it's probably not going to happen. But if you want to find love, you have to change your frequency so you can attract the person that wants to be with you. Check out my video where I talk about changing your frequency, because your love life is literally determined by the frequency that you are emitting. Back to my previous point, the thing is you're creating your reality. You're always creating your reality. The question is, are you creating your reality consciously or unconsciously? And I'll tell you this, if you're not creating consciously, you're creating it unconsciously. And if you don't believe you create your reality, you're creating your reality unconsciously. And that's why I made this video. Now, in a future video, maybe the next one, I'll talk about strategies for consciously creating your reality. But I'll leave you with this one thing. Spend some time each day in stillness. Observe what's happening in your mind, because that is what's being reflected in your external world. Thank you so much for staying with me up until this point. Now, I feel like I made a convincing argument, but let me know in the comments if I changed your mind. If I did, hit the like button. And let me know about your reality creation stories. And I hope to see you next time on Closer to Your Higher Self.